Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a quick little makeup tutorial with a whole bunch of new Essence products that I received on Twitter. Maybe last week I sort of asked, what do you want to see? A nail tutorial, because there's a bunch of nail polishes that are out, a hot or not, or a makeup tutorial, and everyone responded with a resounding makeup tutorial. So that's what I'm going to do today. It's a very simple look. I am by no means a makeup artist, so don't be expecting miracles here. But I'm just going to create something that I've really been enjoying. I have used some of the products. Some of the products that I'm going to use I am using for the first time, so it will be a little bit of a first impressions as well. But enough babbling from me, let's just get straight into it. So the first product I'm going to use is the Camouflage Makeup and Concealer 2-in-1. It says it's got high coverage, no mask effect, and long lasting, and I've got the shade Ivory Beige, which is number 10. So I'm just going to pop some on the back of my hand. It's actually a little bit too light for me, but that's okay, because obviously it'll work in winter, and I'm going to warm it up with some of the new bronzers that we received as well. So yeah, you can see it's pretty light. I always sort of like go over my ears. I don't know why. Probably wrecks my earrings, but you know what you're gonna do. Just buffing this in with my Real Techniques brush. It's like an old favorite, never gets old. I have been using a beauty blender as well, but I find myself just coming back to my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm not just one of my faves. It is slightly light for my skin, especially being summer, but I am going to warm it up with some bronzer. I wanted to show you just the other foundation that they've brought out. It's the Get Picture Ready Long Lasting Compact Makeup. It's actually really sweet. It opens up and you've got your product and a nice little mirror, which is always nice. And then they've also got a sponge in there. So I think this is perfect for the handbag. I haven't actually tried it yet. But it looks good. It says it's got an instant flawless finish, which is always promising. So if you've tried this, let me know what it's like. Next up, I'm going to try the new concealer. This is the Get Picture Ready Brightening Concealer Instant Flawless Finish in shade 10 Ivory. It comes with this little applicator, which is quite sweet. I don't know if you can see it like that. So basically squeeze product out, and it's like a 2-in-1, an applicator and a product, which is quite nice, but I have a feeling I might pat it in with my finger as well. I find that that makes it blend better. I've just only swatched this. I haven't actually used it. So let me get this little mirror and let's see what it's like. Okay, I think I might have put like a bit too much on. Yeah, I don't like that applicator, so I'm just going to use my finger. So the coverage isn't bad. I mean, it's not like a full-on coverage, but it's not a bad coverage at all. I don't know if you can see the difference. There is a slight difference. To be honest, I don't think anything is going to cover these damn bags. And it's not from lack of sleep. It's probably from a lack of drinking water, to be very honest. I'm actually really bad at that. That's actually the perfect shade, I must be honest. I'm actually quite impressed by this, I won't lie. It's actually really nice. Yeah, this is a really good little concealer. I'm impressed, Essence. I'm impressed. Obviously now you could go and set your concealer with a powder. I actually don't really set my concealer. I've got such dehydrated skin anyway. It just cakes and it doesn't look great. So we'll see how this wears, but I'm really impressed actually. Cool. So this is the product that I have been wearing a lot since I got it, and it's the Light Up Your Face Luminizer palette. Looks like this, and it's got 3 shades here. So I'll quickly swatch them for you. Don't know if you can see that, but they are really beautiful and shimmery but not chunky, and it just gives such a beautiful sheen to the face. It really makes your face come alive, especially like I've got a very dull complexion naturally. It's very pale. I don't go brown, so this is such a win for me, and I've really been enjoying it. I tend to use these 2 shades the most, but this one's not bad at all. I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna go in with this shade over here, just to warm up the face a little bit. You know, I'm not a contour girl. I don't know how to do it. Believe me, I've tried, but it ain't happening. These cheekbones aren't going to get chiseled, so I just warm the face up. But like this. And it's very, very subtle, which is fab for us pale girls. Because usually you find the bronzers are so like orange undertoned or just way too dark. So this is really beautiful. Then I'm going to use the same brush. This is my Urban Decay finishing brush. I always use it for my bronzer. And I'm going to go in with this middle shade over here, just like as a highlight on my cheekbones. Actually everywhere, to be quite honest with you. This is just really pretty and natural, and I've just really been enjoying using this. I'm going to go with this, it looks more matte, but it's not matte, it does have a shimmer in it. I think I'm just going to use this a little bit just to warm up with the sort of cheekbone area as well. I repeat, not to contour because I cannot. Someone needs to teach me, and I've watched tutorials, but it's not meant to be. So let me just stop right there before I go too overboard. Now, I've said it before, I'm not a huge blush girl, and I think I actually probably just had really bad experiences in the past, but I have sort of been slowly getting into them. I prefer sort of like a very, very subtle color on my cheeks because I do get very easily flushed. So, I mean, you don't want double the color because then you just look odd. So this is the new Satin Touch blush in the shade Satin Coral, number 10. Really, really pretty. It's like an apricot color with, I would say, like a bit of a brown undertone. Let me see. Okay, I can swatch with that finger. So that's sort of what it looks like. And I have been wearing it a tiny, tiny little bit on my cheeks, and I've quite enjoyed it, to be quite honest. This is just my Real Techniques brush again. I always like go mad, tap off all the excess because Lord knows I don't want more than I need. And I'm just lightly buffing in onto the apples of my cheeks. Really subtle, but I think it just adds that really cute little bit of color and again makes your skin look alive. I'm going to use the contour eyeshadow set like that. You've got a highlighter and you've got a contour. Now I must be honest, again, I'm not a contour girl, not even on my eyes, but I've been using this for my brows. Now, I have very pale brows, as you can see. Actually, everyone's like, get them microbladed, but I'm actually just too scared. I'm just too scared to get them microbladed, not because of pain or anything, but I'm so scared they mess the shape up or something. So I'm gonna just be filling my brows on for the rest of my life. But this shade is actually the perfect color for my brows. It's in 01 Mauve Meets Marshmallows, which is quite sweet. So I've been using it to fill in my brows, and it is a really beautiful shadow as well. So it's like a 2-in-1, and then obviously the highlight, I've been using that for the inner corners of my eyes and then under the brow bone as well. So I'm going to quickly fill in my brows. To finish off my brows, I'm just going to use the Make Me Brow. This is an old product in Brownie Brows, number 2. It really is a dupe of the Benefit Gimme Brow, but I use so much of it. Literally, I go through one a month that it's just, I can't be buying a Benefit one every month. So, and this one works pretty well, I won't lie. Over the powder, just to set them, and I find that it just makes the color that much better. And this really lasts me the whole day. They don't come off halfway through the day, which is great because, you know, that's really not ideal. Sitting in a meeting with just one brow. Go in with the highlight shade just with my finger, and I'm just going to pat that underneath my brow bone just to highlight that area. Again, it's a very subtle highlight, which you know is up my alley. Okay, then for eyeshadow, I'm going to be using one called the Metals in the shade Frozen Toffee, which is just really, really beautiful. I'm going to swatch with this hand. Really pretty. If you were going for a nighttime look, I would take my eyeshadow brush and spritz it with like a Fix Plus or a finishing spray and then use it. It just makes the color that much more pigmented. But I'm going for a daytime look, so I'm just going to use the shadow as it is. And I'm just using a Kayla brush, 319. And I'm literally just going to pack that on into the crease, all over the lid and just into the crease. I'm not taking it any higher than the crease. Surprisingly, there isn't actually a lot of fallout with this eyeshadow. I mean, there is a tiny little bit, but not a lot, which is very surprising. So if you used a Fix Plus or your finishing spray or whatnot, this would be a lot more intense. And it's a really beautiful color, so I mean that's not a bad thing. Then I'm just going to go back with the highlight shade of the contour palette and just inner corners of my eyes. The other day I was sitting down and Dan's like, love, you've got like some makeup, I think some of your makeup moved. I was like, babe, that's like my inner corner highlight, okay? You would have thought he would have learned something by now, but apparently not. Okay. Then for mascara, I'm using the new mascara, the False Lashes Mascara Dramatic Volume Unlimited. That's what it looks like. Let me show you the brush as well. Now everyone knows that I'm like a mascara addict. See? It's a really big, well, not a fat brush, but a long, skinny sort of brush. I have used this a few times. I give myself quite a few coats, but that's just what I'm like. I put on a lot of mascara, and it definitely is a good mascara. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever used, but it definitely does coat the lashes beautifully. I would say this is more of a daytime mascara. You can see the difference. Obviously this eye's got the mascara on and this one doesn't, but it really is nice, and it's a beautiful mascara for the daytime, I think. I wore it the other day when I went out and I didn't notice any transfer, which is great. I always get the dots on my brow bone, but I think that's because I do have quite oily eyelids, so that's why I always have a highlight under my brow bone and eyeshadow, because then I find that it doesn't happen as much, which is nice. But I haven't noticed any sort of transfer onto the bottom over here at all. Okay, so those are the eyes done. So simple and easy. And all we have left are the lips. And there are quite a few different lip products out there. I've seen a lot of reviews on the matte, which look stunning, and they really are. I've tried a few of them. But I thought I would do the lipstick, so the matte lipstick. I'm using this one. What is the color called? It is called Perfect Match. And it's a really beautiful brownie nude with a very slight pink undertone, which I'm very into at the moment. I've only swatched this. I haven't actually put it on my lips, so let us hope for the best. Oh yeah. That is a beautiful color. So there we go, those are the lips. I actually really like this lipstick. It goes on beautifully. It smells really nice. Doesn't feel drying at all. But you know, we'll see how it wears throughout the day. But really like, and this color is beautiful. I am 100% through and through a nude girl. So this is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, a very simple look. And if you want to see more makeup tutorials, please let me know. I actually quite enjoyed doing it. I was a little bit nervous doing my makeup on camera. It's always a bit daunting because I'm not like a makeup artist, like I said, so I don't have all those fancy techniques, but I just do what works for me and quick and easy. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!